Hello CraftDee family, and welcome to another tutorial by She's So Crafty. For today's DIY projects, I've selected some of my favorite projects that you can create using the 98-cent paint sticks from the home improvement store. Now these projects were all fun and easy to make, and all either use a 1-gallon or 5-gallon paint stick set as a part of the project. Now for your convenience, I will link the original tutorial that includes the full list of supplies and templates in the description box below. Now, I'm so excited to share this tutorial with you, but before we start, I wanted to say hey, and welcome back to my fantastic subscribers and visitors to my channel. If you are a new visitor to my channel today and you love to create fun and easy DIY projects on a budget, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will be the first to know when a new DIY tutorial is ready to share with you. So now, let's jump right into these projects. He's caught my eye with that rustic enamel look of the planters and that rich wood slat background that complements it. Now I am really excited to share this one because it retails $116. So we'll need 4 3-count packs of these 5-gallon paint sticks from Lowe's, 98 cents. 1 pack of these 2-pack plastic bowls from Dollar Tree. We'll need some wood stain of your choice. We'll need some wood glue from the Dollar Tree. We'll need a piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree. And we'll need 1 metal hanger, or you can use paper clips. So first thing we want to do is remove our paint sticks from all of the packaging. Now once they're all removed, we'll set those to the side. What we want to do is grab some plastic to protect our work surface. Then you want to go ahead and grab your stain, some gloves, and a small rag. Go ahead and place your gloves on and make sure your stain is mixed well. Now our sticks are printed on one side, so make sure that you stain on the blank side of your stick. Now to apply your stain, we want to apply it to the entire front side, the side of your stick. And you could also use diluted acrylic paint as well if you don't have stain. So now that I've stained all my sticks, I'm going to sit them outside on this nice sunny day to dry. So while those dry, I'm going to start working on my bowls. So I'm going to first remove all of the labeling from those bowls. Now we need to cut these in half, so to find the center of the bowl, I'm going to take a scrap sheet of paper and press it into the center of the bottom of the bowl so the circle shape is transferred. And then I'm going to cut out that circle. Now once it's cut out, what I want to do is take that circle and fold it in half, and this line down the middle will be the center. So I'm just going to place that that circle right back in the center there, and I'm going to mark the center of the bowl where that line is with a marker. And then I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to draw a line connecting the 2 dots that I made. And now I'm going to take a piece of painter's tape and I'm going to place it right along that line. And when it's placed along that line, the sides should fall into place, dividing the bowl completely in half. Now, if you want to double check to make sure it's center, you can run a tape measure around and measure each side between the tape. In this case, it should measure about 13¼ inches on each side. Now to cut these, I will be using a hot knife. Now you certainly can use an X-Acto knife, a utility knife, a hacksaw, but I like the quickness and smooth cut of a hot knife. Now these are handy and fairly inexpensive, and I have linked one in the description box for your convenience. So what we're doing is following that tape line and cutting the bowls apart. And now we have 2 even halves. So now I'm going to grab that second bowl, and using one of those first halves, I'm going to use it as a template to mark a cutting line. And then we're just going to cut that in half. Now once everything is cut, remove all of your tape, and then we can sand down any uneven edges that you may have. And next we're going to grab that foam board sheet, and we're going to glue down our bowl halves onto the foam board. So we want to take one of the bowls and apply a line of hot glue along that cut edge, and we want to press it down in place on that foam board. Now once all the bowls are glued into place, apply another bead of glue along the inside seam of each bowl. And while those are gluing, go ahead and take the ruler and draw a line across the opening of each bowl as well. This will be the back side of each bowl. Then grab your cutting mat, and we want to cut apart each bowl from the foam sheet with that X-Acto knife. And then you want to take your X-Acto knife and trim the foam board off along the outside edge of that bowl. Now I've also cut down the back side, but I'll show you a close-up. So what we're going to do is take our X-Acto knife, and we're just going to go right along that line that we drew and cut off the back side for a nice even cut. And now that the bowls are all cut, we're going to add that final third layer of hot glue along the inside seam for a super secure fit. So now we're about to distress, and we're going to be using this acrylic paint in the color Pavement Gray. Now we want to start by adding the color along the front edge of each bowl. And once we've finished all the bowl's edges, we're going to grab a paper towel, we're going to crumple it up, and we're going to dab it into the paint, and I'm going to apply random distress marks to the bowl. And then I'm going to add the color to the back side of the bowl and the back edge for a little bit of added distressing as well. Now once everything dries, we want to add some Mod Podge to the areas that we painted to avoid any rubbing off. So we're going to put some Mod Podge on those parts and then let it sit to dry. Now our paint stick should be dry now, so after trying a few different spacing ideas, I decided to space the 8 of the sticks out about 3/4 inches apart. Now 3 of the sticks will support the back, but they'll be a bit long for this spacing scenario, so I'll have to cut off the excess with a jigsaw. So I did cut those off, and there's a raw edge. We'll touch that up with stain later. And then I'm just going to apply some glue dots down the side and then place that stick into place about 3/4 of an inch away from the edge. And then I'm going to place a few heavy items on top until this is set. And I'm going to repeat this for the center stick and the other side as well. Now while that dries, we're going to go ahead and take our hanger, and we're going to make hooks for the pots. Now you can also use heavy duty paper clips if you like, if you don't have a wire hanger laying around. So the first thing you want to do is to cut off that hanger portion, and then using our pliers, we're going to straighten out our hanger the best that we can. And then I'm going to take some needle nose pliers, and I'm going to bend down the end a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to bend it in again another 1/2 inch to make a little hook. And then I'm going to take the bowl, estimate the length and I'm going to cut that hook just a little bit longer than the back of the bowl and then clip that off. Now I'm going to use that hook as a template, and I'm going to cut 7 more pieces that exact length. And then I'm just going to bend those into hooks on the end as well. And I'll have 4 sets for all 4 bowls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape 2 of the hooks on the back of each bowl, and I'm going to secure them with painter's tape to hold it in place. And then I'm going to repeat this with the remaining bowls. And now we're going to apply hot glue in the area in between that painter's tape, making sure those hooks are straight and even when you do so. Now once that glue dries, go ahead and remove that tape. And once you do remove that tape, go ahead and apply hot glue to those areas where the tape was as well. Now once that glue is finally dry, we can snip off that extra length of that hanger wire on the bottom. Now this last step is for cosmetic purposes, but I'm adding a strip of this Gorilla duct tape to cover up that glue for a nice clean look. And repeat this for all the bowls. So now we take our completely dried wood rack, and now we can hang our pots and hooks however we like. And each hook should comfortably fit over the slat wherever you might want to place it. Looks good. And here is the completed project, you guys. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love how this turned out. Now I've added some greenery and some flowers as finishing touches, and it totally brings the look all together. Now I really love this farmhouse rustic vibe of the bowls paired with the wood, and I know I created this $116 piece for $10. Now that just blows me away. Paint stir sticks that I purchased for 98 cents from the Home Depot. Now we want to lay out 7 of those 10 stir sticks about 12 inches wide and making sure they're evenly spaced out. And then we're going to use one edge of one stick to even out both edges. Now once even, go ahead and apply some E6000 about 3 inches in on each stick. And then you want to follow up with hot glue for that instant hold. Now apply one of those paint sticks on the top. And you want to repeat this for the bottom as well. Now you want to apply that last stick angled across the middle as shown here. And we're going to use E6000 and hot glue as well. And there you have it. It's a completed fence. Super easy, right? Now once that dries, we can go ahead and paint it. So gather up your paint supplies. Now I will be painting my fence with this white chalk paint. Now I'm going to apply one coat of that chalk paint, making sure I cover the edges as well. And then once done, just set that to the side to dry. I've already attached the hanger and a pack of these wood bunnies, a piece of buffalo check print paper that I made but can be purchased from a hobby store, and a pack of these carrots. We want to first remove our bunnies from the package. And then go ahead and grab your patterned paper. What we want to do is place the bunnies on the back of the paper. And then we want to trace the outline of the bunnies. Then we just want to cut out the bunnies from the paper. Now we want to go ahead and protect your work surface and then lay out the wood bunnies. Now I'll be using Mod Podge to adhere the paper to our bunnies. Go ahead and apply a coat of Mod Podge to each wood bunny. And then adhere the paper. Now once adhered, we'll just go ahead and apply another coat of that Mod Podge on top to the bunnies and seal them off. Now while those dry, we can work on our fence. Now I've already applied the hang rope as seen here. Now we want to take one branch of that boxwood and remove all of the sprigs. And now what we're going to do is arrange the sprigs across the top of the fence. We want to start by gluing a sprig at the top of each corner and work our way down in a swag. And then we're going to take our carrots, go ahead and remove those from the packaging. Now we want to arrange those along that green vining and then just simply hot glue those into place. Now I'm going to take some fabric scraps, or you can use ribbon, to make two small bows to go on each end of that swag. And then just hot glue those into place as well. Then I'm going to take some small flowers of your choice and then cut off 3 of the single flowers. And then bend the heads of each flower so it's facing outward. Now I'm just going to take my flowers and kind of see what kind of arrangement I want. And once I figure that out, just set those to the side and place 2 of the bunnies that you made facing each other at opposite sides of that fence. And then we're just going to add some E6000 and hot glue to the back of each bunny and secure them into place. And next I'm going to take this Dollar Tree metal welcome word that I got, and I'm going to use E6000 and hot glue to adhere that right up under those carrots. And then we're going to add our flowers. And once they're added, go ahead and cut off those stems. Now I wanted to cover the stems, so I will be adhering 3 sprigs of this boxwood and then trimming off the ends of that as well. And we are all done. And here is the completed sign. Okay, I really love how this cute sign turned out. This carrot garland is so cute, and I really think it's the star of this piece. I admit I'm a little obsessed with buffalo check, but it looks so adorable on these little bunnies. And what better way to say welcome to your guest by just adding these metal words and flowers from the Dollar Tree. Get ready to impress with this piece because your guests would never know it wasn't from a high-end craft store. For this project, we'll need 2 3-packs of these 5-gallon paint stir sticks, 2 10-packs of the 1-gallon paint stir sticks. We'll need some wood glue, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. And we'll need a poster board from the Dollar Tree to make this faux galvanized sheet. Now the first thing we want to do is to take our 1-gallon paint sticks and we want to cut off the handles with a saw. You want to make sure that you remove 2 of those paint sticks before cutting. And here are our paint sticks all cut to about 9 inches long. And we saved those 2 from the package. Next, we're going to cut off the handles to the 5-gallon sticks. And here they are cut, and now our sticks are 17 inches long. Then we're going to remove the 5-gallon sticks from the packaging. Now 2 sticks will be used on each side of the shutter, and these last 2 sticks will be used for the center supports. Now these sticks will be cut in the middle in half. And here they are. They've been cut and they're now 8.5 inches each. Now for the 4 pieces for the sides, I'm going to trim off about 1/2 inch off the end. And now the 4 pieces are now 16.5 inches long. So now we have 4 5-gallon sticks at 16.5, 4 5-gallon sticks at 8.5, 18 1-gallon sticks at 9 inches, and 2 uncut 1-gallon sticks that are 12 inches long. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay out my grid mat, and this will help with an alignment so you can see the process better as well. So we're going to grab the 4 side pieces and lay them out. Now you do want to make sure that the printed side is facing you. And then I'm going to take 2 of the center support pieces and place 1 at each end between the 2 side pieces. Now once they're all aligned, we want to grab those handles that we cut off the 1-gallon paint stir sticks. We're going to use these to secure the pieces together. Now we're going to be placing a handle over each one of the seams. And now we're going to take some of that wood glue. What we're going to do is apply it to that handle. And then we're going to press it down over the seam. But don't forget, we do need to glue the side of the support as well. And then we're just going to repeat this with the other side. And now we're going to grab the other 2 side pieces and the center support and secure them together with the handles as well. Now to have a secure bond, I'm using these Dollar Tree craft clips to hold it in place while I work. So now we're going to join the two ends together. Now before gluing, I'm going to go ahead and use those other two center supports just to make sure that these are evenly spaced, and these are just temporary for now. Now once they're aligned, we can go ahead and add some wood glue to the ends and press them together. Then we're going to grab two more of those 1 gallon handles and we're going to press those over that seam. Now next we're going to add our 1 gallon paint sticks. Now we're going to place 9 sticks on each end of the shutter. Now if the placement looks good, we could just slide these to the side and we can go ahead and start applying our wood glue. Now we're just going to apply that wood glue around the edge of the frame. Then you want to smooth it out with your fingers to prevent any glue from oozing out of the seams. Then you just want to lay your sticks back in place and making sure that the printed side is facing up and that they're all even. And then just press them firmly into place, and we're going to glue down the other side as well. So once everything is in place, we're going to just gently flip the shutter right side up. And now we're going to add the 2 center support pieces, and we're going to add that at the end of the row of the gallon sticks. Now we just want to apply some wood glue to the ends of the support along with the bottom edge of that last paint stick that you put in place. And then we want to nestle that support stick in place, making sure that it overlaps the last paint stick about 1/4 inch. And we want to make sure this piece is flush with the side pieces. And then once done with this side, you just repeat this on the other side as well. Now we can flip that shutter back to the back side, and we're going to adhere the 2 uncut paint sticks in the middle opening. Now I will be placing these in a crisscross pattern. So once you determine your placement, what you do is just add a dot of wood glue at the ends of the corners of the stick, and then we want to press that first stick into place. Then we want to position that second stick on top, and once we know where it's going, just add a little wood glue into the center of the existing stick and on the corners of the new stick, and then cross that stick on top and press that into place as well. And then we just want to add the clips for a secure connection because this may bow just slightly. Now, for an extra bit of security, I'm going to add these 3/4 inch wire nails to my shutter. These were 97 cents at Walmart. Now, I'm going to be applying one nail on each side of each handle that we glued into place at those seams. Now, I'm only going to be nailing in these halfway so we don't go through the other side. And here's what it should look like. It should protrude slightly from the outside. And then we're going to take our wire clippers and we're going to snip off the heads of the nails and make sure they're flush with the frame. And here's a nice finished look. So now that you're a pro, you can go ahead and make one more shutter, the same steps to match this one. So now it's time to stain the shutters. So I'm going to place down a covering to protect my work surface and then put my shutter down and grab a rag and the stain of your choice. Now I'll put a link to this stain in the description box below. You also want to make sure you have some gloves on hand because this job can get kind of messy. So go ahead and place on your gloves and you want to give your stain a really good shake. Then you want to just start applying the stain with the rag and you want to place an even layer all over your shutter. Now you want to make sure that you cover the inside and outside edges as well. Then you want to let both of these dry thoroughly. And here they are, dry and ready to add the galvanized accent panels. Now I created this galvanized sheet from a piece of poster board that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I started by embossing 1/2 inch lines across the back dull side of the board. And then I flipped it over, sprayed it with silver spray paint and dabbed it with a crumpled paper towel while it was wet to create this texture. I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner of this video if you would like to see how I make this, and I'll also put it in the description box below. So now what I'm going to do is to take my sheet and I'm going to measure and cut it to a piece to fit. You want to make sure your piece is cut the width of the opening that overlaps those center supports and be at least 15 inches wide to accommodate the folding. And once it's the right size, we're just going to fan fold this on those embossed lines, which makes it nice and even and it'll look very nice. So now that it's folded, it's ready to add to the shutter. Now what we want to do is just go ahead and lay it face down. And then we're going to add some hot glue to that edge and align it to the edge of that shutter. And we'll repeat this to the other side. And after this, you just add some optional picture hanging hooks if you like, and then you're ready to display your pieces. And here is the finished project, you guys. I am really so thrilled on how these turned out. Now, as you probably know, I absolutely love using these paint sticks. They're such great quality and they take stain very well. And the galvanized metal look really adds that high-end look. And who would have guessed that it's poster board? You guys have to let me know where you would display these in your home in the comments. The supplies we will need are 3 packs of the 10-count paint stir sticks that were 98 cents. We're going to go ahead and remove the stir sticks from all 3 packages. Then I'm going to go ahead and lay out my grid mat to assist me with measuring and spacing my sticks. Now we're going to start with 5 sticks. We're going to adhere these together to make one long stick. So what I'm going to do is lay 1 stick out, and I'm taking 2 sticks to kind of figure out where the center is. Now once I find that center, I'm going to go ahead and mark it. Then we're going to go ahead and take our E6000 and we're going to apply the glue to the stick. And then I'm going to follow up with a few dots of that hot glue so I can have that instant hold. And then we're going to apply one side of the stick with a paint stick. And then we're going to follow up on the other side of the stick with the paint stick. And then I'm going to apply a couple of clips just to hold this in place until that glue grabs on. Now we're going to go ahead and flip the sticks over, and for that overlapped edge, we're going to adhere a stick to that end. So we're going to go ahead and apply our E6000 and hot glue combination, and we're going to put a stick on each end. And then when you put the stick on the other side, you'll end up with 3 sticks on one side and 2 sticks over the other. Those 2 sticks will be glued over the seams and it will add extra security. Now we're just going to repeat this for a second set of 5, so we'll end up with 2 long sticks. Now once these sticks are dry, we're going to lay them out and we're going to space them about 6 inches apart. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab 16 of the sticks and I want to lay them out evenly along those 2 sticks, making sure that they're about 2 inches overlapping each end. And we want to make sure 2 of those sticks are covering a seam. And then we're going to grab our E6000 and hot glue combination and we're going to adhere those 2 sticks over those seams first to kind of place a mark of how we're going to even out our stick placement. And now what we're going to do is use a pencil to mark the stick placement for the remainder of the sticks, and then we glue them into place using those pencil marks as guides. Then I'm going to repeat this with the entire fence. Now once that hot glue grabs on, we can go ahead and carefully flip it over. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue gun and I'm just going to run a bead of glue along the seams where the sticks come together. This adds a little bit of extra security. And now we're going to take those remaining 4 sticks we have and we're going to adhere them in a zigzag pattern as shown here. And then we're just going to use our E6000 and hot glue to secure them in place. Now once that fence dries, you can leave it natural or even stain it, but I'm going to be painting my fence with 2 to 3 coats of this satin bright white spray paint by Krylon. Now once that fence is dry, we're going to prepare it for embellishing. Now, what I went ahead and did is print out the letters H, M, and E for a sign that I will end up saying home. Now the O will be left open for seasonal decor we can change out. I have included a PDF of these letters in the description box below. So now I'll be making my letters out of this faux galvanized poster board that I made from a Dollar Tree poster board that I embossed with 1/2 inch lines and painted with brilliant aluminum spray paint, then blotted with a paper towel to create this texture. Now you can click on the video in the upper right hand corner of this video to see how I did this before, or you can check the description box below for a link. So what I'm going to do is flip the poster board over and place a letter in the upper right hand corner. And then I'm just going to tape that in place. You want to make sure that your letter is facing down. Then you want to take your embossing tool, a pen or a pencil, and you want to outline the edge of the letter to transfer the ink to the poster board. Then you can remove your printout and repeat this for the rest of the letters. Now once all of your letter outlines are transferred, you can cut out that section with the letters. And now I'm going to grab my protective mat and I want to place my letters on top. Now I will be using my X-Acto knife to cut out the letters. And once they're fully cut, you want to carefully remove the letters from the poster board. Looks good. So they're all cut out, and now what I want to do is add a rusted edge to my letters. So to do this, I will be using this nutmeg brown acrylic paint, this pavement gray acrylic paint, and this cardinal red acrylic paint. Now I'm going to start by mixing that brown and adding the other colors until I get my desired rust color that I like. And then you're going to take your brush and blot the color around the edge of the letters with a mostly dry brush. And then you can just add random rust marks to the face of the letter, more distressing, however you like. And now when they're finally dry, we're going to go ahead and fan fold the letters. The embossed lines that we made in that tutorial I directed you to will make it easy and even, and it'll turn out to be more uniform. And here are all of our letters ready to go. And now we're just going to grab our fence and we're going to arrange our letters on top. Now once the letters are placed the way you like, we're going to go ahead and hot glue the letters in place just at a few points. And we want to repeat this with all of our letters. Now for the letter O, you can add anything you like, but I'm going to use this simple 8-inch wreath that I made in my spring DIY, and the link is in the upper right hand corner of this video and also linked in the description box below. Add a bow and you are done. And here is the completed project. I really love how this turned out, and I can't believe I made this entire fence with paint sticks. These faux galvanized letters look so real, and I'm really impressed with how adding that little bit of rust really makes these look authentic. Oh, I really love that I can swap out the wreath for holiday and special occasion decor, an egg for Easter, a pumpkin for Halloween or Thanksgiving, you name it. And you don't have to use the galvanized letters. Try a different color, make these stand out, make it your own to coordinate with your home decor. And remember, you don't have to paint the fence. You can even stain it or leave it natural. It's up to you. Now for this project, we'll need some 5-gallon paint sticks for 98 cents from Lowe's. And we'll also need some 1-gallon paint sticks that are 98 cents from Lowe's. Now we are going to need 6 of the 1-gallon sticks and 4 of those 5-gallon sticks for this project. Now we will be bonding pairs of the sticks together to make this extra strong, but first we are going to cut down the 1-gallon sticks right before it hits that curve. Now you want to take notice that the sticks have a printed side and a plain side, so make sure that the printed side is on the inside. Now I will be using this wood glue from the Dollar Tree to bond these all together. You just want to apply a bead down the center, and you want to press those sticks together, and you want to apply clips if you have them, and this will enable a better bond. And then you want to repeat this for the 1-gallon sticks. Now once they're all dry, we can go ahead and stain them, so gather up your staining supplies. Now I will be using this Jacobian stain by Minwax, but you can definitely use some of the antiquing wax, or you can even use diluted acrylic paint if you like. Now you want to apply your stain all over your pieces, including those ends. And then just repeat that for all of the other remaining pieces. Now you notice I missed that one stick was glued on the wrong side, but I'll place this piece facing the back. So now that our pieces are dry, we can start to build our ladder, and I will be using my grid mat to make sure everything is nice and even. So just lay the pieces out even, making sure that those ladder steps are approximately 6 inches apart. And once everything is in place, we can use some wood glue to adhere these all together. Now once that glue sets, we can add some of these 3/4 inch wire nails to the back to secure those steps. Now you want to carefully flip that ladder over, and we will be placing 2 nails on each side. Now holding the nails with a needle nose plier helps with keeping the nails nice and straight when hammering them in. And here are all of the nails applied in place. Now as an optional accent, you can add some twine around the end of each step in a X style. And when we tie it in the back, this is how it will look. Now I've done that for each one of my steps, and here is the completed look. And now all you have to do is add the towels of your choice and you are set. And now you can place this on your countertop. Now how cute is this little ladder rack? Now I love working with these wood stir sticks, and they make this such a super easy and beautiful project to make. And these Dollar Tree towels are super cute, and they look great with all of my other fall decor. Let me know in the comments where you would use this rack in your home. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed seeing these creations again, or for some of you for the first time. I hope you all become inspired to create your own home decor using paint sticks as well. Now, if you love DIYs on a budget, give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Make sure that you're following She's So Crafty EE on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest for the latest news, sneak peeks, and giveaways. Now, if you like videos like these and you don't want to miss the next one, make sure you subscribe by clicking that subscribe button below, or just click on my She's So Crafty logo on your screen and then click the bell. It's absolutely free. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.